What's up guys, MiniBean75 here, and today I'm back with another build in Minecraft. This, guys, is going to be my Minecraft theme park. For you guys that have been around for quite a while, you guys have seen all the separate builds that I've done of the different roller coasters and whatnot, and I had said that at the very end of it, I was going to make one video to show the whole thing off, and then I was going to put it up for download, and that is what I plan on doing today. But before we get into it, I do just need to say thank you to Alexander Soodle. He personally sponsored the last video, and personally sponsored this video as well. So, thank you so much for your support, Alex. I appreciate it so very much. You are a rock star in my world. So, thank you again so much. Alright, now it is time to get into the theme park. So, I had a hell of a time trying to come up with a name. And I just decided to go with the very cliche Beans theme park. But I felt like it fit because, you know, I'm MiniBean75. Everybody calls me Bean. And it's my theme park. I started building this, the very first ride. I built this in like 2017 or something. And obviously I didn't work on it nonstop for that amount of time. I mean, it wouldn't take that long. But like I initially broke ground then, and it's taken this many years later for me to finally actually have it done. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. So, as you can see, these little dancing armor stands we've got on each side here, these are basically just supposed to represent the big, I don't even know what they're called. They have them at theme parks. It's like a big looking, like a big canvasy or silk looking guy thing, and they have air blow through it, and they always have music playing, and it's always flapping back and forth in the air. It's a terrible description. I don't know what they're called, but somebody's got to know what the hell I'm talking about. But that's what these are supposed to represent. Like, it's supposed to be like a flashy, like, hey, come on into our theme park. It's gonna be, you're gonna have an awesome time. But yes, anyway, let's move on up here quick. Let's just look at like the admissions area. We can just look at adults are 50, children are 30, season passes, fast passes. You know, for the most part, a lot of these prices and stuff that I did, I basically just did it just to try to make it look realistic. But for a majority of the park itself, I'm not going to show any rides. Like, I'm not going to ride on any of them. If you want to see a ride video, all the roller coasters for sure, and a majority of the other rides, there are separate videos on those on my channel. It'll be in the same playlist that this video will be in. So if you do want to watch a video on a separate ride, feel free to go find the video in the playlist. But I will just kind of go through and just kind of show off each of the rides quickly. This was the first roller coaster that I ever built right here. This was Buzzsaw. I believe that was the first one. And then Shell Shock here was the second one. It was one of those two, because the first three rides I built were the mini golf course here, and then, yeah, Buzzsaw and Shell Shock. And then I'll just pop down here so we can take a look at the hat stand quick. Just a couple, you know, I've got a couple different souvenir shops that are kind of just around. For the people who haven't seen the water area, we've got a couple different types of slides here. And then we've got like the racing slides. We've got a tilt-a-whirl, or not a tilt-a-whirl, good lord. We've got a wave pool, I'm sorry, that does work. I'm not going to turn it on for this part, but it does work. There's a video on it on the playlist. We've got a log ride here, a lazy river. We've got a maze. And I'm just going to kind of keep trying to go through here. Oh, here's that tilt-a-whirl we were talking about. Down here we've got our some of our food stands. Sorry, I can't talk today. This is going to be a taco stand, and it just goes through its pricing, you know. It took me a long time to put these little details in, but I thought they were important, so I kept them. Oh, let me get rid of this thing that's not supposed to be there. This is V2 right here, based on a real roller coaster, Vertical Velocity. Here is a haunted roller coaster. The entire thing is inside. There is a video on this one as well, if you'd like to see that. And then we've got just our little go-kart horse racing track here. Then we've got, I don't even remember what the hell I called this thing. It's like a big trampoline. I think it's supposed to be like the bungee jump rides. Then there's like this one that's like the obstacle course of doom or something along those lines. Then we've got Lifeline, another nice coaster here. We've got a restroom down here. A couple different restrooms around the place. We've got our Trojan horse racetrack here. And then if we pop over here, a couple more food places, another taco stand. We've got burgers and pizza here. Here is Basilisk. Obviously, big coaster. I love this how the sign turned out for Basilisk, adding in a snake. I think it looks so cool. And if we keep popping over here is Viper. And we'll keep sliding along here. More food stands. Pretty much what we've seen so far. We've got ice cream down here. I love how that ice cream cone looks. I think it looks so cool. Then we've got Ender the Dragon, because that one I didn't really have a name for it yet. This one is American Eagle, big old wooden roller coaster. And then this area, there's not dolphins in it right now, but this was the dolphin, like, show area. Honestly, I built this for the theme park, and then I came up with the idea to build my aquarium and zoo instead, and those turned out way better than this, but I still left it there. And here we've got an arcade. This is a new one. I basically just kind of went through and did my best of making pretty cool looking arcade games. And I'm trying to think where else we need to go here. I don't want to miss anything. Another restroom right here. If we come on the back side of the haunted roller coaster, we've got Top Thrill Dragster, based on another real roller coaster from Cedar Point in Ohio. And then we've got another burger stand here. This one is one of my favorites, just name-wise and how it looks. It's Gemini because it's the twins. It's two coasters that are very, very, very similar, pretty much mirror each other for the most part. I've always really liked that idea of that one. Here's our game zone. I know I've done a whole separate video on this, so I'm not going to go through it. But just a few different games. We've got the Love Boat there. We've already seen that. Here's one little area that I did add down here. And I will say, guys, if you do notice during the video, if there's a certain spot like this where there's a little thing I happen to miss, I'm going to do my best before I put it up for download to actually, grab all those things. But when you're talking a build that I've worked on and off for 5 years, there's always little details that I somehow miss. This was a little thing I decided to add in. These are just supposed to be lockers because a majority of theme parks or water parks have a little section where you can rent little lockers to put stuff away. Here's going to be our water coaster. This is Anaconda. I love how this sign turned out. It's supposed to be another kind of how Basilisk was, but a little different. We've got a little Anaconda that's in this dirty, mucky little pond area. Let's keep going. I don't know if we looked at Goliath, but Goliath has a pretty basic sign, but it's a big wooden coaster. We pop over here. We've got Superman. I had to go with the Superman logo for this, but I absolutely love how this looks from a distance. I mean, it looks like this is what a legit Superman roller coaster at a theme park would look like. Then we've got our big pool here. I believe that was a more recent video, and that goes into, we've got a big area here for people for sitting and eating. We've got another taco stand here. It's got the same menu. And then here is the other race or other go-kart track that does go underneath that pool over there and underground and whatnot. We've got our two big coasters on the end on this side. We've got Volcanic Ash and Frozen Kingdom on this side. We'll just fly over so you guys can at least kind of see how that looks. And then we've got another t-shirt stand, or we've got a t-shirt stand over here. I can't say another, but the t-shirt stands and the hat stands are very similar to each other for the most part. That tan building right there is another restroom. In here we've got paintball, and I haven't actually shown off the paintball before, so I will just do a quick run through here. Basically, it's just, we've got crossbows for paintball guns, we've got different equipment, and then we've got a bunch of different style of paintballs. And basically, each team would come through here, and then obviously we've got all the netting and stuff to keep everybody else safe. And then this is where they'd start, and it is a full paintball course just in our amusement park. Because I thought, there's a bunch of others, they have like laser tag or stuff like that at theme parks, but paintball would be awesome. And I had space, so I decided to make a paintball course. Back here we've got Black Widow, another big coaster. And then, here we can see a couple new food stands. So we've got our pizza, tacos, burgers, ice cream. I also added in cotton candy and pretzels. I felt like those were two other really good options for theme park snacks. And, for like our cotton candy, you can get it in like a cone or a big bag, and there's all these different colors, all these different flavors. And then for like the pretzel, it's for the most part, it's just, one pretzel, two pretzels, bucket o' pretzels, a dessert pretzel. I don't even know if that's a thing, but I came up with it. cheese, marinara, mustard, frosting, yada yada. You know, the usual. And I guess if you didn't notice, I did put a bunch of benches and cauldrons in here for trash cans. When I initially came up with this idea for a theme park, a game from it's like from '99, Roller Coaster Tycoon was very much an inspiration. Just because I loved that game when it came out as a kid, I think it still holds up to this day, 23 years later, something like that. Yeah, so I did use some techniques from that, and this is one of the ideas. That's something that you would put in your amusement park in that game. Here's our small Slingshot steel coaster. I don't think we got to see the front of Deja Vu, so here's Deja Vu, which I like. I love that's how that sign turned out. We've got our big dome. It's I don't know. I always pronounce this word wrong. Elysium. It's the wing things that you wear in the game. You can wear it and bounce around, and it's like a whole trampoline thing. There's a video on it. You can look at it. Down here, this big black coaster. This is Dark Knight. And is that all the rides? Here's going to be what I'm going to just call the Skylift. This is one of my favorite parts, and this is something that I've had in mind for years when it came to this coaster, or to this theme park. But it was something I didn't know how I was going to do it, and I had to wait till the end. But it's basically a big ski lift, and I'm just going to kind of follow the route quick, just to kind of give you guys an idea. But this thing, and obviously you've kind of seen it as I've flown by around it and by it here. But this thing goes all the way around pretty much the entire park. The whole point of it is basically to let people ride it. It would take a decent little bit of time, but imagine like you're riding this and you got people walking below you and you're just chilling in this little chair, just like, hey guys, what's going on? And I don't know. I really like it. I thought it was a really original idea to add into something like this, and I feel like it was one of those small little details that by putting it in just helped set this thing apart, even from where I had it in my head. Because obviously I'm a very imaginative person. I can imagine something in my head for years, but to get it to actually turn out exactly what I had in my head is absolutely crazy. But this one was one of those builds for me. It's just for, 6 years, 7 years, 5 years, I think 5 years. 5 years I've had this whole park in my head, and now it finally has come together to be what I want it to be. Anyway, I'm about done babbling, guys. We got a couple more rides to look through. Here's two that I never really showed off, I don't think, but I thought they were cool ideas. We've got giant chess, and we've got our king and queen and yada yada. And then we've got giant checkers over here. And I thought this was a really cool way to do it. We've got the Ferris wheel here. Obviously, I couldn't make a working Ferris wheel. But we've got the Ferris wheel there. We've got a couple different areas for food. We got souvenirs. And just like this big open area where people can kind of sit and chill. And while that's all going on, you're going to have maybe kids or adults that are going to be playing giant chess or giant checkers. Anyway, so let's keep it moving, guys. We've got our bouncy house here. We've seen that. The other one here is laser tag. I have not shown this one yet. This is brand new. I just didn't think it was good enough for a separate video. But I love how this place turned out. So in here, we've got our laser tag equipment with some laser, I'm just calling them laser guns. I don't have textures or anything on, so I mean, the best I got for something that fires a projectile is a crossbow. So that's what we're going with. But we've got our entrances on each side, and here is going to be the inside of the laser tag area. I love how this turned out. Basically, my idea with it was, the inside of this room is supposed to be super dark, but lit up with neon colors. So I went with the brightest neon-y colored concrete that I could find, and that's kind of what I'm using for like the wall decals. And then we've got our floor. We've got sea lanterns with the stained glass for the floor lights, and then there are a couple lights that are in the ceiling. But I think this turned out so cool, and it's got all these different platforms you can climb up on. And yeah, I mean, if I went to a place that did laser tag and this is what the inside of it looked like, I would be super, super hyped. But yeah, so let me just close this up real quick. And I believe that is the tour of all of the rides. So let me just kind of fly around and say my last little spiel, and hopefully you guys enjoy what I came up with here. Yeah, I'm going to go up a little bit higher just to kind of allow you guys to really get the full glimpse, because when you're flying around low, you can't really see everything. But yeah, just looking at this, guys, this was so worth it. The experience of 5 years on and off to get this thing done, it turned out way bigger than I honestly would have expected when I first started. When I first started, I was probably expecting, I mean, basically like knock off those 2 roller coasters on that end, knock off about everything. I would honestly say, I don't know, because I didn't plan on it being probably much wider than where the parking lot goes on that end. So probably just kind of a straight line across. But then as I kept adding stuff in, it got bigger and bigger, and yeah. But I'm really, really happy with just how well everything fit together. And once I went in and added trees in on the inside and put trees around the outside to kind of get it all to just flow and sit perfectly together. I don't know, guys. I could talk about this forever. But yeah, I'm super, super happy with how this turned out. I hope you guys like it. Definitely download it, go through, experience it, ride the rides, play the games. Yeah, I mean, it's literally your world once you download it. Do what you want with it, but I think you guys would really, really enjoy it. Even just to walk around and explore. I mean, it's so cool. So with that being said, guys, first off, I have one more time just want to tell Alexander Soodle, thank you so much for sponsoring this video, Alex. Once again, man, you are goated. You're just an awesome dude. I can't wait to get into a party with you and actually get to talk to you. You're goated, man. So thank you again. I appreciate it. And aside from that, for everybody else, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button, and that notification bell. Helps me out tremendously. Just trying to get myself into that YouTube algorithm, trying to get a few more views on my videos. Because you get builds like this. I mean, I think a build like this deserves some views. People deserve to be able to see this build that I spent. I put a lot of work into this thing. So, aside from that, guys, I'm done babbling. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any cool ideas for new builds, definitely comment them down below, because I need new ideas. So if you got new ideas, let me know. Aside from that, guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.